Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. Today, it's late in the day in early November. I've been in the lab since 7:30 this morning and I'm pretty toasted, so lots of stuff going on. I started out this morning, I had to remake some stock solutions. I made 3 liters of media, I poured it, I had a lot of capsules and seed to sterilize and put in flasks. It's been a day, but I wanted to end up in the laboratory and show you some of the orchids. I'm starting to get lots of orchids, seedlings, large seedlings. You know, I've got a lot of small seedlings. I can't even tell you how many seeds even I flasked today, and how many small seedlings that I need to transfer into the replate medium and dishes. But I can show you, here's one thing, let me get this right here. So this is one of my stacks of dishes, and this is one of my new varieties. But all the dishes look like this. And so this is one of my new varieties, and I've got a lot of these, and I need to put these in these larger containers because they're hitting the lids of the dishes. But I've got a lot of stacks like this, so I have to make a lot of media. I put about 100 mils in each one of these, and so there's, you know, from the number here, this is going to be over liter media just for this one stack, and I've got many stacks like this that I need to transfer. The nice thing about it, though, is that when I do transfer from there to there, and I'm not sure really where some of the, here's some right here, I just did these today, but when I transfer these, I essentially grab, and the dishes are so filled with roots, I don't know if you can tell this, but I essentially grab the whole contents of the dish as one mass, and I drop them down into the flask. So the transfer itself is pretty straightforward and it's pretty simple, but I've got so many of them to do, it's going to take a while. I'm excited about this. Actually, I'm not as excited as the guy that made this cross. So this is KL times H. And if you're the guy that made this cross, look what I've got for you. So I've got a few flasks. They're getting bigger. They'll probably be ready to deflask in another 3 or 4 months. I just put them in here. These grew very, very quickly. The person that made this cross was real excited because I'm not sure if he got to name a new genus or something. He might have made an intergeneric cross and it hadn't been made before, so he got to, I'm not sure if it's a genus or species, but he got to he named the hybrid, but then he got to name the plant. So he was pretty excited about this. But I've got his first 4 flasks that I replated today, and then he'll have a few more. So he's excited and I'm excited. But let me show you, here's some of the flasks that I have in the laboratory. I don't have anything really planned. These are a couple of the Cattleya hybrids from mine that I've made in the laboratory. These are probably going to be ready to go soon as far as transferring those. These are pretty big also, but they can handle probably being in this flask just a little bit longer. I do want to show you some other ones, because some of the other ones are big. So here's another Cattleya flask, and this was transferred in here about 4 months ago. So this is big enough, I think, to deflask, or getting close to it. They're okay. A lot of times when they're sitting in the flask for too long, the leaves will start turning brown. I saw some of those. Yeah, here's one, if I can get this through. But these are, hate doing that. And there's a lot of growth in here. So this one I named after my grand dog, but you can tell what I want you to look at, and look at the massive roots growing in this flask. This is just amazing. This is a cattleya cross that I'm also pretty excited about, but what you can see is that brown leaf. Now that doesn't mean that anything in there is contaminated, that just means that this is ready to deflask. I do want to show you a couple of other things if I can find them. Okay, so right here I want to show you this, and this is a cross that I made that I'm excited about. This is a cross with Hawaiian prominence that was the pollen donor on this plant, and I'm excited about it because I had very low seed numbers on this flask. So all I have is about 3 flasks. The first flask, the plants were deflasked last week, but look how nice these plants look. These are, I'm not going to have a whole lot of seedlings. I'm going to have, maybe 100 seedlings from this cross. That's all the viable seed that I had. And it's not good if I want to sell these and sell the individual seedlings, but it is a really unique, it's going to be a unique hybrid just because my seed numbers were so low on this. I also want to show you, here's another one. You're not going to be able to tell what's going on in here, but this is a Dendrobium hybrid that I made, and this is a hybrid with Wu Lang, and the same situation as with the Hawaiian prominence hybrid. I had very few seeds that were viable, but the ones that were viable are going nuts. I mean, these are hitting the top of the containers, and I actually had a flask. I deflasked some of these, and they gave me just gigantic Dendrobium plants. Wu Lang itself is pretty big, but this is really unbelievable. I mean, look at the level of root growth that's in there. I mean, that they're just, and they're hitting the tops of the containers. It's just massive. So this is a Wu Lang hybrid that I'm excited. I need to get this out of here because it's getting pretty big. Another one that I wanted to show you. Oh, this is just because again, this is growing so well. This is Oncidium insatum, which is a Florida native. And this is not mine. This is not for me. So this is for some of the Florida native plant people that provided the seed to me. So these plants are going back to them. But these are ready to come out, and these plants are looking pretty good. But I just have, I'm just getting overwhelmed with the number. I got it under control. But I've got more shelves than I've ever had filled with these hybrids and with these various orchids, and they're getting bigger. I've started, after a break, I've started deflashing again, so I deflashed a few flasks last week, and I didn't get a chance to do it today because there was so much going on, but I'm going to start deflashing again. I'm going to start, I got to get these things out of culture. I may at some point try to get rid of these flasks because I've got some of these that are getting old. Got lots of new hybrids, and I got a little aggressive when I made replate of many of the orchids that I have. I get so many of them, I get excited, and I kind of overdo it a little bit, which is what I do, but I need to control this a little bit better. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you. All right, and this is the last thing. Over here, these are, I think, yeah, this is the last thing I need to show you. And I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see this, but right here and right here. And you probably can't see a whole lot in there, but there's not a whole lot to see in there. And so these are the native ghost orchids. Again, I am not the owner of these. These were provided to me by a native plant colleague, and these are to be returned to the native areas that these came from. they're starting to grow big. They're just, I mean, it's a massive roots. There's really not much to it, but I have a few of these, and I think they're growing well. I have a colleague that grew these, and he said the trick to getting ghost orchids, native ghost orchids, to survive is to get them big in flasks, which is what I always try to do. So these are a couple of the flasks that I have of the ghost orchid. Again, not mine, and they'll be returned to the owner soon. But that's the last thing that I wanted to share with you. Yeah, I got more ghost. Yeah, I got more of them. Huh. Anyway, all right, so that's all I wanted to share with you today. Just to give you an update of how my flasks are going. Again, it's been a full day in the laboratory. Just wanted to share some general things with you and give you an update. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did and you want to keep on seeing them, it would help me out if you could click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. Okay, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and happy propagating.